in the NFL, can house more than 82,000. Plenty of Packers fans, but I think more Giants fans than expectable to return with a shoulder injury. So it's Malik Willis on 1st and goal from the 5 for Green Bay. Initially rolled short, and that is the call on both sides from the line judges. It'll be second.
Pounded in there.
Number 7.
Unbelievable catch, and for Malik Willis to find this guy as Burns is bearing down on him and just gets blasted. My goodness. He went flat to corner and then ripped it to Christian Watson there as Brian Burns was bearing down on him.
And Christian Watson, who's playing his 4th game since, just rips it away from Deonte Banks. And now Lucas Havrisik playing in his 3rd game just for the moment. And now with that swirling wind as it begins to pick up here at MetLife, Daniel Lee is grabbed by Banks, and he gets crunched shy of the 25 by Aaron Mosby, and Mosby may have gotten the work. Mosby, who the worst of that collision with Deonte Banks, to return that. As the head coach, as an interim, he's still the play caller. Jameis Winston goes to work from the 23. The Giants overall this season, DB.
Yeah, look, their 2 wins are against 2 of the best teams in the league. And the Philadelphia Eagles, look at that 4th quarter that Denver pulled off, and then certainly last week against Chicago. So they've went toe-to-toe with some really good teams.
Winston on the rollout. Robinson gets tumbled down by Isaiah McDuffie. And a gain of 6.
For that are these little naked boots, quick play actions where you can just get the ball out of Jameis's hands. Again, lives here, and hopefully go down and get some points, and certainly keep that other side off the field. Is what you're trying to do.
No, it's going to be juggled. Incomplete is the ruling by the official. He continues to... Now, you could also make the case that that was a catch with that movement up the field, and then line would argue.
Yeah, this may be worth the challenge.
Kafka's lost one already. Challenge for Kafka to throw out there, but I understand maybe not wanting to use his 2nd one already. A rolling punt. They'll set up good field position for Green Bay. There is a penalty marker on the play as well.
During the kick. Holding.
Kingsley Nagbari is going to actually push this back. And when you look at that catch fumble from Demetrius Flanagan fouls, that sent him to the medical tent and eventually back to the locker room to have that left shoulder back out on the field for this series, which would have started at the 39 had it not been for that Kingsley Enagbari penalty. It's the 10-yard penalty. Love goes to work, and it is Emmanuel Wilson.
Running back. They've been looking at Josh Jacobs' knee throughout the game. He remains back in the locker room right now, questionable to return.
Yeah, it is, and we're going to see Jordan Love's health here as soon as he's required to throw the ball or move around. But
trying to find something downfield, and Dobbs with his 2nd drop. 3rd by the Packers already.
Yeah, and this is not the recipe for success, obviously. But you know, Dobbs got knocked out of last game with the. When you think about their ability to find a rhythm, hard to find a rhythm if you're dropping everything in the pass game, because you have to have that to come.
Just a 4-man rush from New York.
Well, I'll tell you who will catch it, Christian Watson. This might be a guy that you just can feel too. 6'4", 210 pounds. But I think what I'm more impressed with right now is just Jordan Love, and they just need to find their rhythm in the passing game if they want to be that complete offense that they were earlier in this season.
All a homegrown group, too. Deep drop, looking for something downfield. Nothing there. Now Love floats it. Loose man is goal. 24 yards, Drew.
Yeah, look, really good play by Jordan Love. Jordan Love has had to scramble, and this is the first one where they've actually completed one. So maybe this is just kind of breaking this.
With the longest play by either offense so far. Back to the ground game, and it's Emmanuel Wilson story over the course of the week. Of course, Carter and Micah Parsons for that number 11. Hey, I know what it's like when your maybe numbers don't match your actual production.
Yeah, look, he's probably putting a lot of pressure on himself, and the expectations are high. It's Thibodeau's absence that's giving Abdul Carter a bunch of reps today. And when you look at the measurables, he's almost identical to Micah Parsons. So
good break on the ball by Flott as they were trying to thread the needle to Dontavian Wicks. He missed the last. the NFL on third down this season. They've had a lot of third and longs these last 3 weeks, but they've... Pressure coming from the Giants. Gets picked up. Love throws underneath for a first down for Green Bay. 5 straight third down conversions.
Yeah, what I'm noticing, too, is that here we are, a critical needing to use the silent count. So we get this crowd going. Get them loud for the home team. Put some pressure on the...
Sean Wright all week, the silent counts. Corey Black, like his 4th game with the Giants. Hear the Packer fans now making some noise, kind of booing the Giants defensive back as Corey Black. And let's check in with Carissa Thompson for a game break. CT, hello.
Hello, Adam. Bucks down 4 to the Bills. Sean Tucker. Bucks back in front by 3 over the Bills. And Drew Brees, welcome to the Bucks family.
Hey, thank you, Chris.
Out of Oklahoma State. Slow to get up after that tackle he made. Pound receiver colliding with Black, the 190-pound defensive back. A familiar sight, I imagine, for you, whether he's starting or as a backup, or he's the emergency third quarterback, or if he's on the practice. Back up to Drew Brees in New Orleans in 2020. Had a handful of starts over the next couple of years. The PAT. Green Bay with a fresh set of downs from the plus 35. A whole lot of room for a guy who's in his 3rd season with Green Bay, originally signed by the Broncos, but waived a few days after year number 2 in the NFL.
I hate to say it, obviously you miss a guy like Josh Jacobs, but you're kind of the awareness and for Jordan Love, like, hey, we have to get this passing game going so that we can...
Dobbs steps out inside the 15, and the Packers are in the red zone.
They're right on cue. You know, he's an athletic guy with on the perimeter. Just watch how smooth and relaxed he is, just putting that ball out in front of Romeo Dobbs, just knowing that we just got to keep going back to the well, and we're going to find our rhythm.
10th play of the drive, out of a run formation, and Wilson slips through and
interior of this offensive line, this is what they wanted to do coming into this game, was reestablish their physicality. He said it's all of it, but it starts with the physicality.
We've seen it on the last, and it's a 13-7 lead. Back-to-back Pack drives to score a touchdown. 12, opt against the touchback from the 35. Hope for a big return. He gets it past the 30-yard line. Halfway through the
Packers defense. The Packers defense has this reputation of being physical, and they're going to get after you, but the Giants said, great job leading them there, but they need to find a little bit of that magic and respond to a couple of these Packers scoring drives. Back-to-back
punts since that. There is the ground game. And Quay Walker right there for the tackle. Leading tackler for defense. Are you running right at some of their key guys? Do you run outside? What are you trying to do to establish that ground?
Honestly, you try to mix things that you're doing over and over again. So you just try to throw variety at them and just hit them with tempo.
By Carl Brooks and the rest of this Green Bay defense led by Jeff Hafley is...
And what he's done with his defense. And also, if you just look at his history and just the guys that he's had exposure to throughout his career, you know, develop a system and develop your staff and your players. Greg Schiano for a long time with Rutgers and the special packages. And then Robert Saleh in San Francisco, which is that Seattle, a lot of 3D man-to-man coverage. So,
stop the Giants on 3rd down and 7. But it was off some movement up front from Jermaine Illuminor.
False start. Offense number 72. That's
Giants offense. So his movement triggered Gary.
Well, it's going to be.
Parsons has had a sack the last couple of games. Gary's been looking on the last. And Winston had to get rid of it. Tracy got away. And Tracy picks up the first down. With Parsons bearing down, they pick up 20.
Actually a great play call because it ends up being a screen. So they're intentionally letting the defensive line out and brought for Tyrone Tracy down the field on this screen play.
They always say screen against the blitz, usually a 5.
Tell you what, that was a big 3rd down pickup, especially at this point in the game where the Packers have gone down 2 consecutive momentum here and answer it with a score of their own.
So we duck inside of 5 minutes for this First play callers for these units. Both guys maybe wanted to be head coaches someday full-time. Winston on the slant, converts a third at the 40.
Yeah. Hodgins has already come up with a couple big pass receptions in this game, but more impressive to get the ball out quickly.
Off we go! There comes Tracy navigating for Green Bay's defense. A 4 on the play for Tracy.
They are going to swarm the ball. It's a lot of zone coverage, so it's just a lot of eyes on the ball. Eyes on the quarterback, eyes on the run game.
Better tackling teams in the league. Not a lot of misses from Green Bay and New York's defenses. Winston looks for... They'll spot the ball just shy of the line.
Quarterback Jameis, once again, he feels the slot pressure, so instead of handing the ball off, he's got an RPO option just to take this drive.
How many quarterback coaches got in here and said, never go broke taking a profit? I'm sure you got sick of hearing that.
That's what it is, Marty.
Push the pile and get the first down all the way down inside the 20.
Their answer to the tush push. This is the Jameis whatever, but he's... And yard quarterback sneak. Is that a record?
That might be a record.
We looked that up.
And Bullard right in there trying to rip the ball away. A Packer defense that is not generated from the Giants' ball carriers.
They're trying to manufacture something.
That takes us down to the 2-minute warning. Jeff Hafley, the play caller for Matt LaFleur's defense. Second down and 7 at the 2-minute warning, inside the 2-minute warning. Winston sees some pressure, floats in end zone, and it's off the back of Isaiah on the flag. And the flag here was actually...
Passer because he was blocked in. However, pass interference on the defense. Ball be played.
A defender pushed into him, but it's going to be pass interference on McDuffie.
Yeah. That's just... Theo Johnson is your receiving threat right now, big on little. There's a place where you can throw that ball. Unfortunately, Jameis under...
Making his season debut is lined up as the fullback, a defensive lineman. Hoping that Singletary would find the alley.
Yeah, Elijah Chapman was like, hey, I'm kicking this guy. The stops. Bang! Well, of course, there's Quay Walker running. That's why he went outside.
That's right.
But he run. The Packers have 2 timeouts, but you'd really rather score and not give them a 2-minute drive opportunity.
Tied. Second of the day.
Offensive line right now. They've done an incredible job of just denting this defense in the middle, getting great putback. They've really played a complete game against what is arguably one of the better defensive fronts in all of football.
Quarterback sneak. Youngway Koo is able to slide it through, and that puts New York. This from State Farm.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like...
Where do we even get this guy? Kevin Barnes, the Franklin Elementary. Okay, stop! Stop! Guys,
ball just gets blown off the tee. 2 missed extra points, 1 from each kicker, and a couple of shanked punts.
Is there an advantage going one direction or the other? But I think just because of the swirling nature of the wind.
And now with all the dirty kickoffs, right, you see kickers really pinpointing it. The wind is messing with the ability. Pretty good coup delivery, all things considered. Ball melted on the return, won't make it to the 30-yard line.
So Packers have a chance here. 105, 2 timeouts. They started to get a little game and just try to put yourself in a position where you can get some points. Again, the nature of the field with a field goal.
You made a great point, too. Still 2 timeouts. Matt LaFleur did not use any on that last defensive series. The 28. Pressure coming from out. Delivery for a first down.
I tell you what, Abdul Carter has done a great job on his get-off, and I real count.
So he's timing up the snap a little bit better. Love with a collapsing pocket delivered off the back.
Yeah, they're getting good pocket push here. Dexter Lawrence right.
Philadelphia with the chest injury. Watson just came back recently from the knee injury. Wicks had missed the last couple of hurt 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Dobbs would be a tough guy to lose. he's been targeted a lot in this game, and obviously had a couple drops early, but he has been the target.
Golden is out there. Dobbs is off. Still no Jacob says he's dealing with the knee injury. That ball is on the Colts. May have it now. They do. Recovered by Demetrius Flanagan. Falls on a hot potato.
Contacted fumble recovered by the defense.
First off, check the ball for Vasquez. Love, okay, I'm going to try to make a play, at least find a completion here. Looked like he was making a football move. It appears to be.
Previous ruling on the field was a catch and a fumble recovered by the defense.
Of time remaining, but Musgrave with the drop. Flanagan fouls the recovery. He was breathing an even bigger sigh of relief. That would have been. That's the 5th Packer drop officially. This one actually helps them out, believe it or not.
But it's third down.
3rd and 10. Line to gain is the 48. Pockets collapsing. He got tripped up and touchdown. Clock will move. 25 seconds and counting. Maybe the Giants use.
And he's lucky he did, because it was a man match coverage. So you had all the DBs chasing out of this. But really nice job by the secondary, honestly, all day long. For a secondary who is absent of their best Green Bay offense and preventing any big play.
Burns gets credit for his 12th sack of the year. Of average will boot this away. Low snap, and he has to get rid of it with a line drive. And it's going to head out of bounds for Green Bay today. Whether it's the long snapper, Matt Orzik, or the center stepping in for Jenkins and Sean Ryan.
That wind must be doing some really crazy stuff on the field, because these guys are having a hard time catching it.
Now you got one timeout. You see the really hard wind. One timeout if you're New York. And with reach down underdog to take a tie into the locker room.
There's no question. I think this half went about as well as you could have hoped for and get their play-action game going. I think this was really a great way going in at halftime for the Giants.
Good stuff this year that each team has missed one in the first half. That win, I imagine, especially if this game remains close, is going to